we think of words beginning with the letter P, which refers to an actor, we may conjure up words such as poise, perception, performance, and maybe even perfection. But being an actor requires much more than the nouns mentioned above. It's a form of creation that has facets and layers, all intertwining and coalescing into one, which are eventually spat out into existence for an audience to admire. It may seem haphazard, but an actor is required to follow a system, basic tenets that if followed correctly and observed properly will eventually do justice to their craft. And these are the 7 P's of acting. Every great actor or actress that has ever lived would have followed these 7 P's, and it requires each and every one of us to do the same. What are these 7 P's? Let's find out. The first P stands for practice. It all starts with this: the importance of practicing our craft, whether it's picking up an actor's book to read regularly, learning monologues repeatedly, or exercising our vocal cords religiously. Nothing will maintain our core inner strength if we don't practice our acting craft. But the practice cannot sustain itself without the second P, which is persistence. Keeping at it day in, day out, no matter what mood we're in. Our persistence is a measure of our belief in ourselves. We have to persist past our problems, past troubles that inflict us on a daily basis. When we persist, we will begin to see the third P divulge, which is progress. It's those little things we do on a day-to-day basis which will make us get better and see gradual improvements in the long run. Step by step, we'll get ahead, but not necessarily in fast spurts, which means we are going to need tons and tons of the fourth P, which is patience. Yep, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It may take us weeks, months, and maybe even years to get to where we want to get to, but as long as we're willing to accept that fact and stick with it for the long run, then and only then will we get there. It's really about making practicality and patience sexy, and that is process, the fifth P that each and every one of us has to go through in order to achieve what we desire in our lives. And once we've scaled that mountain, when our ship enters the harbor, when the train arrives at its destination, then and only then can we embrace the sixth P, which is pat ourselves on the back, for we should accept the reward of achieving what we're after. And this reward should stand out not as a self-satisfying, selfish way, but a way to congratulate ourselves hitting our target and reaching our goal, which should be compensated with either a great meal, a relaxing spa in the country, or maybe even a weekend getaway abroad. We just have to be sure that the reward is big enough to complement our achievement. But we don't end there, folks. No, we have yet to meet our seventh P, since we can't rest on our laurels just yet, and that is to pursue our next goal, next challenge, next adventure, because there's always more to learn, more to achieve, more to aim for, to grow taller and to excel. We've come full circle, but now there's an even bigger circle to encompass. Challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. An actor's life is all about having a meaningful one, so let's traverse wisely through the 7 P's.